Welcome back to Squashflik TV. Manek, great to have you on the show again. Looking forward to your analysis today of our last game of our club championships in 2020. So just to tell you who the teams are, we have Tommy O'Neill and Stephen Fletcher, also known as Fletch, in the red bandanas, taking on Adam Gertchen and Teddy Felker, who are the opposite team on each wall. Teddy on the left, Adam on the right. So let's see what you got. I want to see this. See your magic, world number one.
All right, so so right here, basically, as soon as Tommy doesn't volley the ball, Adam needs to ensure that he crosses over to the right sidewall. For everybody's used to getting to the middle of the court from the singles game because you have to cover both sides of the court. Right here in doubles, you're essentially looking to cover one side of the court. So your T position is not here, but it's actually right here. I call this the pivot position. So anytime your opponent is hitting a ball on the outside of your pivot position, you, and in this case, Adam, needs to cross over the sidewall right here. And that's his position. So that way he can cover anything that happens on the right sidewall. In this instance, he's so far to the middle of the court that anything on the right sidewall is already past him. So just remember that this is your T, this is your pivot point. Anything on this side of the court, when Tommy's hitting the ball, anything on this side of the court, yes, this T position's okay. But as soon as that ball starts going on this side of the T, you've got to move over to the right sidewall to protect your wall and ensure that you're ready for whatever comes at you for your next shot. Same thing here. Fletch is really cleared way too far into the middle of the court. Good action. Good action. Fletch, essentially, just a little technical bit of advice is when you're hitting your backhands over your head, you kind of want to make sure you think about your swing extending over your head. Don't let your swing drop down. Also think of hitting the ball at the height that it's coming to you. So you want to see a little bit of an upwards trajectory with your swing, so that way you don't lose any height on the ball. Like that ball still can carry over to the side wall and the back wall, and make sure you don't lose any depth on the shot. Another little point here is that if you notice in the last few rallies, like this area of the court is basically where everyone's hitting the ball. You kind of want to make sure you get people off the T position that I mentioned. The right here is one T position on the right side, and this is the other T position on the left side. You want to make sure that people are moving off the T position. So when you're hitting your cross courts or your depth, think of over overhitting the ball. So that way that ball is really hitting the side wall and the back wall and then coming to the middle area of the court. So you're basically essentially pulling someone from this position all the way here or someone from this position all the way here to give yourself some openings in the court to make the balls that you hit in the front that much more difficult for them to get to. Come on, ref, that looked out. Oh, what a shot. Look at that, Adam. That's called like being a good partner right there. Nice work. Is that beers? Because in our club, when you serve down both on the front goal and on the floor, it's beers for everybody. Good job looking to volley. Not a bad idea. Good try. Oh, take your stroke. Even in a friendly. Safety first. Good height. It's another instance where you got to find a way to clear, but at the same time come back into this sort of position. So either he can run in front of Adam. So Tommy can either run in front of Adam, run in front of the play, or from behind. But on this side, now he's created such an opening on the right that even Fletch has to kind of think about going to the right side of the court. Now, in this instance, Adam, everybody is thinking that he's going to hit the ball to the right side. There's Tommy who's trying to get back to the right. There's Fletch who's trying to get back to the right. So realistically, I would probably advise him to play that ball right there because he has the guys in the red bandana. All the momentum is moving to the right side of the court. So that's probably a safer place to play. Just trying to split the court and think about it more of a three-dimensional way and not from the singles mentality where you kind of use the diagonal of the court almost. You kind of want to make sure you play to where you can split the court up and separate both your opponents. I would still tell Adam to hit that ball. He has plenty of time to go and get it. You don't really want your partners to cover you unless you absolutely have to, because it just opens up the court for no real reason. Now you have Adam, who's basically in Teddy's position, and Teddy's all the way on the back of the right court. So, I mean, he has plenty of time to go back there and hit that ball. He should probably hit it himself. Yeah, and that's kind of what happens. Like, you positioned yourselves badly for no real reason. All right, back to my little pivot point T position jargon. So this would be Fletcher's position. Anything on any ball that he's hitting on this side of the T position, he should be hitting a forehand instead of a backhand. Because as soon as he hits a backhand, he has to run around the ball so far and look where his feet are. He's right in the middle of the court when he's playing the left wall. So anything on this side of the tee, he should really be hitting his forehand. And then what also happens is that by him standing here, he now has Teddy on the outside, and he's kind of boxed him out with his forehand swingers per se, and basically exposes the left side of the court a lot more than him running around the ball here, forcing himself to play a backhand, and still allowing Teddy to get a chance to get back in the court. That's a good shot. Well played. Just another little bit of advice here. The red bandana team, I'm going to call them that, basically in that particular point didn't look like they had a strategy. Uh, I always like to teach you kind of want to isolate one player. So you kind of want to make it two versus one, and really try and pinpoint one player on the team who you can expose for their weaknesses. And in that sort of example, that previous rally, they hit the ball evenly to both Teddy and Adam, which is not what you really want to be trying to do. Another big thing that I love to teach is that when you hit the ball into the front corners of the court, always try and use a sidewall. The hard ball is kind of heavier, so if you just go racket front wall, it's going to be pretty hard for the average player to let that ball sit down. In fact, you basically tee your opponents out with an open ball on the front of the court. Whereas when you use the sidewall takes some pace off and also pushes the ball away from your opponent. So you're getting two benefits. You're putting the ball away from them, and you're also slowing the pace of the ball down. So in that sort of instance, I would have told them to hit the right side wall, then the front wall. So like a trickle burst, that sort of a thing, where it kind of plays into the middle of the court and a little further away from Adam. Use the height reset. Good gap. Good ball. Good ball. Got boxed out there. Flood should have been on the left wall. He was too far in the middle of the court. Good shot by Teddy. Good idea. Try to use that sidewall to bring the ball down. It's like he's listening to me. Again, previous shots ago, I would still get Fletch to hit that ball. It creates a little more commotion, especially if he turns onto his forehand. It's a much better play than having his partner come and hit that ball in that instance. That's an appropriate cover. Good call by the ref. Surprising he got that one right. From what I've heard, he's pretty terrible in the hot seat. So, surprising call. continuous play, Mr. Harrison. You gotta enforce that. Good get. Forcing the volley, that's always good. Always look to volley the ball. Alright, this is what I love to call like a chaos point, right? Like everybody's running helter-skelter, seeing the ball and hitting it. Doesn't look like there's much purpose. The first team to kind of reset and lift and take control of the rally, 9 out of 10 times is going to win the rally. So when you feel like you're playing a rally where things are just getting a little out of control, people are swinging and running all over the place, make a conscious decision to lift the ball and really reset the rally for it to start to have a purpose again. That goes back to my point of using a sidewall, right? It was the right corner to hit the ball, but since you went from the racket to the front wall, it ended up sitting up too high. So in that sort of instance, that's something to the reverse post. So basically hitting the left sidewall to the front wall, maybe using the right sidewall to the front wall, but essentially kind of using the reverse to play the left sidewall to the front wall. And Adam is really quick, but I don't think he would have gotten that ball if Tommy had a good reverse. Good shot. Good. Whoa. Good call. Good attempt at a reverse. Right choice. Fletch needing a little more time to catch his breath. That's okay. Adam, you really need to push up in the court there to look for that volley. Instead of moving so far back into a very defensive position, if you step into that ball and try and hit it before the sidewall or right after it hits the sidewall, you could still probably hold your position up here. This is a lot more aggressive place to stay. You don't want to give this position up too easily, and in that sort of situation, you kind of push way back for no apparent real reason when you could have hit that ball right in here. Good shot. Good shots. Good width. So that's an instance where I feel like Teddy is under a lot of pressure and Fletch should hit that ball towards Teddy to keep him under pressure. By hitting the ball back to Adam, kind of relieves the pressure for Teddy and Adam, which is not a strategic play in this sort of a situation. Good shots. Yeah. Stay on your wall. Don't gravitate towards the center of the court. That's another instance by Fletch standing in the middle of the court. He opened his entire left wall to be exposed. Another instance where you should volley that ball in front of the red line. Don't go behind the red line if you don't have to. Great shot. Just, I want to touch on that a little bit. There's no harm in hitting the sidewall and the back wall on the fly. The goal when you hit your cross court is to take the volley away. So if you make sure you get enough height on the sidewall and the back wall, that's totally fine. As long as he's gotten Adam to move off his tee position, that's a good enough shot. Safety first. Good luck. Tommy, you got to watch that position again. So in that instance, in the previous point, you were further up in the court, which is correct, but you were maybe just a step and a half too far into the middle of the court. You kind of really want to stay gravitating towards the right side so that way you don't give up your right wall too easily. You got to be really hunting anything that comes on your right wall. Good job. Good use of the forehand. That's a great get. Good shot. Use the height, reset, get back into position. So in that sort of instance, again, like Fletch needs to pay attention to the fact that he has both Teddy and Adam out of position and scrambling. So he's not the one who really wants to lift the ball and give them time to reset. He's got to try and expose them and keep the pressure on. So in that sort of instance, I would have hit the ball hard into this sidewall, onto this side of the court, just to kind of create a little more commotion for both Teddy and Adam, not knowing who's playing the right wall. So I basically want that ball to land right around here, because you'd create a little situation where Teddy standing here might leave it for Adam, and Adam might still stay on the left side of the court. I'm going to touch on volleys just a little bit. When you're volleying the ball anything behind the service line, I always recommend to lift and defend. One, because you're too far back in the court to really hit an attacking shot effectively. Because if you do hit it while you're way too far from the front to kind of cover it. Two, 8 out of 10 times your weight is falling backwards. So before you can get your inertia to move forwards, you're going to have to take a couple of steps backwards and then move forwards, and then by that point it's way too late. And moving backwards 3, it's very hard to control the ball to go short. So behind this line, you always want to volley and try and get the ball deep again and reset in the rally. Another round of beers. Oh. Good point. You can tell that the pace has increased towards the end of the match. Focus on that tee position, Tommy. Aggressive choice there by Teddy. Good height. Good choice. Again, see, in that sort of situation, if Adam had come up and recovered just a little bit, that drop shot was still hit pretty high to create a lead or even a stroke. So Tommy, in that instance, really wants to use the sidewall to make that ball sit down and die out quicker than just hitting it from his racket to the front wall and hitting a straight drop. Keep picking one player, don't hit aimlessly. One player using the height of the court, great let. Good cross, great let. A little late on the cross, but it was a good let. Yeah, make sure you continue to focus on exposing one player, finding what angle really works to create openings for you and your team, or what patterns create an opening for you and your team, and go after it. Good cross. Good choice. Nice ball. Good choice. Pick the same player. I'll hit that ball back to Adam. Great shot. Good height. Again, use the sidewall on that point. Most probably would have increased the pressure. That shot pretty well, so I mean that's not really a bad choice. I would have probably gone for it too. Just giving himself a little room for error there. Ooh. Intense rally. Good quality. Wow. What a rally. Get that up. Good shot. Wow. Great shot. Brave call, ref. Brave call. Taking matters into your own hands. That's holding all. Yeah. Also, I would consider mixing up your serves. Try to change the angle of where it's coming to your opponent. I think I've seen the similar serve by everybody, so you use that serve to kind of mix things up. Good shots. Oh, that's it. Very high quality game. To summarize a couple of different things, in no particular order, but going short in the court, try and use a sidewall. It makes the ball sit down. It's a lot more natural, consistent swing for everybody because you hit it like a rail or a cross court. So you kind of have your hand eye and your swing temperament ready, and in that similar plane, taking the ball short that way. Your cross courts, again, use the height and the width, try and take away that T position from someone, and use that as a great reset when you feel like the rally is getting out of control. Your pivot point, right? Make sure everything on this side of the court you don't cross, but anything on this side of the court you really do cross over and protect your sidewall. And then when the ball is hit into this area of the court, really use your partner, right? So if I'm playing this wall and the ball hit the sidewall and bounce around here, that's when I want to use my partner. Try and avoid using your partner when that ball's going in this area of the court, because then he has to move away so far away from his P position. So you kind of want to only use your partner to cover your balls when you have to, and then sort of this area of the court. So that was a lot of fun to watch. Thanks for having me, Aiden. I have a bunch of vlogs on this stuff on my website, manekmathur.com, which I think can help. Go check it out. But I know it was a very high quality game, and I had a lot of fun watching it. Thanks for having me.
Manek, I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was really good. Had some great details about technique, movement, position, clearing to the sidewall, choices of shots, using the height a lot, ball going out wider than normal. It was really, really good. Anything you want to say about that?
No, thank you. I mean, thanks for having me. It was great to watch your members play and see the high level that's being played at your club. I think I concluded the video with a couple of little tips and tricks and summarized what I saw. But if anybody has any questions, just feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help, more than happy to share some love of the game and help everybody improve in the process.
Great. I think the players will look at that and the rest of the members and have a good idea of what, taking the next level up to. So that was a great teaching tool. Again, I really appreciate you coming on to it. And hopefully we'll see you in Chicago soon, especially here at our club. Thanks.
Perfect, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, cheers. Thanks.